I'm really going to learn French this year. We've all said it. January 1st arrives, you buy a big, intimidating grammar textbook, you download 3 apps, and you promise yourself, I will study for 1 hour every day. And by February, you are exhausted, you feel guilty because you missed 3 days in a row, and you basically stop entirely. Why does this happen? Because you tried to add a chore to your already busy life. You treated French like a school subject, like a test you have to pass, and not something you could simply enjoy. So here is some good news. You don't need to feel guilty. You don't need to try extra hard next time to spend more willpower on learning French. Instead, you just need a different approach. So you can stop studying French and start living in French in tiny, manageable doses. So here is the roadmap to start learning real French for the long run. C'est parti! The first thing blocking you isn't your vocabulary, it's your mindset. In school or in some apps, you had correct answers and wrong answers. And any mistake got you a red mark and a few points from your grade. So when you arrive in Paris, you carry that fear with you. You are at the bakery, you want a croissant. It should be easy. But your brain switches to exam mode. You think, wait, should I say je voudrais or puis-je avoir? Is the pronunciation correct? What if I use the wrong gender? You are so busy trying to build the perfect sentence inside your head that you freeze. That's why this year, the first thing you need to do is to tear up that mental grading sheet. Your goal is connection, not perfection. In real life, French people prioritize speed and confidence. If you say, le croissant s'il vous plaît, instead of a complex, polite sentence, guess what? You still get the croissant. And the baker smiles because you were fast. Yes, that was not the best French sentence. Maybe you will even mess up the pronunciation a bit. But French people do that all the time as well. We cut words, we use slang, we make mistakes. For example, a textbook would say that to say I don't know, we say je ne sais pas. I do not know, je ne sais pas. At best, it might tell you that in spoken French, we often cut the ne to make je sais pas. But in real life, if you actually listen to French people speaking, it's even worse. It actually sounds more like je sais pas. Repeat after me, je sais pas. Je sais pas. This wouldn't fly in a French exam, but it's okay and everyone understands. So step 1 is giving yourself a permission slip. You have permission to use simple sentences. You have permission to make grammar mistakes. Because a simple imperfect sentence spoken out loud is worth 1,000 perfect sentences stuck inside your head. Okay, so you've given yourself permission to be imperfect, but how do you actually practice? Do you need to clear an hour in your schedule every day? No, because let's be honest, if you rely on finding a perfect free hour, you will only practice once a week. Instead, you need to wake up your French brain before the day even starts. The biggest problem for learners is the translation trap. You see a cup. Okay, your brain thinks cup. Then it works to translate it to tasse. Then you speak. Translating is an extra step and it's why you feel slow, because it is exhausting. We want to train your brain to think directly in French, and the best time to do this is the first 5 minutes of the morning before your English brain fully wakes up. So here is your routine for the new year. Tomorrow morning, as soon as you open your eyes, narrate your life. You don't need to speak loudly, you can whisper it. That's absolutely okay. Look around. Say what is true. For example, bon, je suis réveillé. For well, I'm awake. Bon, je suis réveillé. Il est 7 heures. It's 7 o'clock. Il est 7 heures. Go to the kitchen. Connect the French words directly to what your hands are doing. Je fais du café. I'm making coffee. Je fais du café. L'eau est chaude. The water is hot. L'eau est chaude. Ça sent bon. It smells good. Ça sent bon. Why does this specific routine work? Because you aren't studying the word coffee. You are making coffee in French. You are bypassing English entirely. If you do this every morning, even if you don't study anything else that day, you have already won. You have successfully lived in French for 5 minutes. And that small win builds the confidence you need for bigger conversations later. Now, what about the rest of the week? Usually students tell me with a heavy sigh, I have to go do my French homework now. They treat French like a punishment, like going to the dentist. Stop making French a punishment, because willpower runs out, but pleasure doesn't. If you want to stick with French for the whole year of 2026, French must be a treat. This is what I call creating your French comfort bubble. I want you to look at your life and pick just one thing you already love doing in English and simply swap it for French. Do you love cooking? Don't buy a grammar book. Go to YouTube and watch a French cooking channel like Hervé Cuisine. You will learn words like mélanger, to mix, and le four, the oven, without even trying, just because you want to see the cake. Do you love travel? Watch Échappée Belle. It's a beautiful show about traveling through French regions. It's relaxing, the language is natural, and you get to see the French you dream of visiting. Or you can follow the challenges of Nu et Culotté, where two nice young men start their journey literally naked, relying solely on the kindness of strangers to reach a dream destination. If you're a big music fan, make a playlist of chansons françaises. Listen to Clara Luciani, Angèle, or stick to classics like Jean-Jacques Goldman. The only rule is it has to be something that you genuinely enjoy. If you hate politics in English, do not listen to the news in French. You will get bored and you will quit. And don't limit yourself to stuff you are supposed to like. It's okay if you really love trashy reality TV, if that's your péché mignon, your guilty pleasure. We say péché mignon in French. You can watch some in French like The Circle France. And I'm serious, the vocabulary is extremely colloquial, and if it keeps you entertained, it's good practice. By creating this comfort bubble, you stop being a student and start being a user of the language. You train your ear to the melody, the slang, and the culture naturally. So here is your assignment. Find one French song, show, or Instagram account this week and consume it while you relax with a tea or a glass of wine. That counts as learning. Now, we have your mindset, your morning routine, and your fun media. The last step is filling in the dead time of your day. Commuting to work, folding laundry, walking the dog. Usually your brain wanders in English during these times. This year, let's switch that channel to French commentary. It's exactly like the morning routine, but you apply it to the world around you. You become the narrator of your own documentary. If you're stuck in traffic, don't just sit there fuming. Say it in French. Je suis coincé dans les bouchons. Je suis coincé dans les bouchons. Il y a tellement de voitures. Il y a tellement de voitures. C'est rouge. C'est rouge. J'en ai marre. J'en ai marre. French people love to complain, so j'en ai marre is a great slang phrase for any situation. You need it for speaking and understanding. Now, let's say you're cooking dinner. Alors, où est le sel? Alors, où est le sel? Je coupe les carottes. Je coupe les carottes. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Géraldine, what if I don't know a word? What if I want to say steering wheel and I don't know it? Don't stop. This is crucial. If you don't know a word, use a placeholder like le truc, the thing, le truc. Or just say the English word and keep going in French. Je tiens le truc de la voiture. Or je tiens le steering wheel. You don't have to be a walking dictionary. The goal is to keep the flow of French thoughts moving. The technique turns your boring daily tasks into a language lab, but without the stress of an exam. You are simply observing your reality through a French filter. So, forget the expensive textbooks for a moment. Forget the hour-long study sessions that make you feel guilty when you skip them. Here is your sustainable plan for 2026. Ditch the textbook mindset. Connection over perfection. Bonjour le croissant s'il vous plaît is okay. The morning routine. Wake up your brain with 5 minutes of simple narration. The comfort bubble. Replace one English entertainment habit with a French one you actually love, okay? Don't lie just to sound smart. Life commentary. Use your dead time to describe your world. This is how you build a French brain, not by force, but by habit. If you want to kickstart this journey with other fun, easy steps that I made just for you, I have a free guide. It's your personalized action plan with everything you need to start building your habit of learning French in a fun way. You can download it right here in the description and tell me in the comments, what is the one thing you're going to put in your French comfort bubble this year? A movie? A book? A recipe? I want to know. Merci beaucoup and see you in the next video to help you speak French confidently. À bientôt.